Breaking news, Las Vegas police have
Keefe.
arrested a man in connection with the murder of rap superstar Tupac Shakur. It's a major development in a 27-year-old cold case. Authorities arrested Dwayne Davis this morning. The exact charges have not been filed. The arrest comes 2 months after authorities raided his wife's home looking for documents connected to Tupac's murder.
They got him.
I'm Philip Palmer, live in the ABC 7.
Damn, Keefe. See, this is why we have to keep your mouth shut. That's what, see, they got his ass because they knew this is where they messed up. This is where he messed up at. This is where Keefe messed up at. And the cold part about it is he didn't even commit the murder. He was just in the car with the murderer. So it's like he didn't even commit the crime. You know what I'm saying? He was just in the car. And damn. That's crazy. And he's late in life. I can see if he would have got arrested maybe a couple years after it happened. He was still young. He probably would have been getting out by now. But the fact that this man is in his 50s, Keefe is in his 50s, and now he's gonna have to spend the rest of his life behind bars. Because if they arrested him and the FBI did that raid, they got evidence. I think what messed him up is that whole king for a day stuff. That's where they tripped him up at. They figured he was doing interviews already kind of before the Tupac thing happened, but he didn't speak on it. And then so I think that what happened is they was like, I think the FBI watched him as like they kind of suspected he was connected to it like 20 years ago. They figured that he was connected to it, but they didn't have any evidence. So I think once he got tripped up with his whole drug charges, they gave him king for a day in order to be able to get out of that situation he was in. And if he would have gave up another crime that they have unsolved that he may have been connected to. So meaning that just for that one day, if he admitted to something that they didn't know about, that they kind of felt that he maybe was, or something that they're investigating that he was connected to, so they can close the case. They figured he would come out with the Tupac thing because they already kind of speculated that he was involved. Well, that king for a day thing, it was only for one day. He confessed like one day on a recording with the FBI that, yeah, I was in the car with the guy who deleted Tupac. So that was just supposed to be for that day. Keefe D started, so he figured since the tapes came out, since the information came out that he was in the car with the person who deleted Tupac, he figured, oh, okay, well, I can go on interviews and everything and talk about it now. And even put it in my book. Came out with a book on the whole nine. But that's where they got him at. Because even though the police released that information, or they did that thinking that knowing that he was going to run with that, because they released it. No, the FBI released that recording. You didn't. You only had one day to talk about it, and that was it. He wasn't supposed to speak on it anymore. Keefe D went on a whole interview campaign on Vlad. I think he did the Art of Dialogue. He even put it in this book that he was, how the whole thing went down. Pretty much confession to what went down when they assassinated Tupac. That's where they got him at, because you was only supposed to talk about it that one day. So that's why it's called king for a day. You only supposed to talk about it that particular day. You only had 24 hours to grant you immunity with the FBI or the police, law enforcement about being involved with another crime that they were investigating that they wanted to go ahead and close. He kept talking about it because he thought since they released the information about it already that he could talk about it. No, you was only supposed to talk about it that one day. So that's what they got his ass at. I'm telling you, that's how they got him. But yeah, he's going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. If they arrested him, they mean they have evidence that he probably didn't do it, but he was there. If he gets out of this, I'll be shocked. But apparently, Keefe D is the only living member that was in that particular car, that Cadillac that was used to assassinate Tupac. I think one of the dudes ended up getting killed No, I'm sorry. Two of the dudes ended up getting killed that was in the car. Orlando Anderson and the other dude, I forgot the other dude's name, but he ended up getting deleted. I guess I already said the K word, but he ended up getting deleted some years later in a shootout at a weed dispensary, I think in the early 2000s or the mid 2000s. And then the other dude, I think he ended up passing away of cancer. So Keefe is the only living person that was involved, that was in that car that night that Tupac was assassinated. I mean, I guess I guess we can't say case closed until there's a trial. But once the trial goes, this is going to be all over the news. This is going to be in the news for a while. Once the trial starts. That's crazy, though. That's what I'm saying. You should just keep your mouth shut. Apparently what I was hearing too, that they had put a bug in his house. But see, that's what I'm saying. As much as brothers want to be gangsters and want to be like the mob, naming themselves after Italian mobsters like Corrupt Young Gotti. Remember Corrupt was calling himself Corrupt Young Gotti? When a lot of them Italian gangsters came, they loathed black people, which means hate, if y'all don't know what loathe means. We don't know how to be, we're not supposed to be gangsters. Black men aren't good. As much as we try, we're not good at it. Because one thing I know is I know about the Italian mob, once they commit something or they delete a person, they don't talk about it. They don't even mention their name no more. It's like the person never existed. Because in their eyes, they didn't. Once we do this, we don't talk about it no more. It's no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they move. That's why they're able to get away with so much. They don't. Once they do something and they make you disappear, we don't talk about it no more. We don't mention it no more. Keefe D went on a campaign. Yeah, I was in the car. And he probably was talking about it in the house. When they bugged the house, they knew he was going to talk about it. I'm on the phone. You understand what I'm saying? So black men ain't good at being gangsters. As much as we try. That's why they always try to say we're inherently criminal. No, we're not. We're not even good at doing it. If we were inherently criminal, don't you think we would be good at it by now? Not dudes be snitching on themselves. Come on, man. And they music just, I was in the car. Why would you? This is one of the most prolific rappers, one of the most unsolved crimes in U.S. history, and you gonna go you gonna put it in a book? Like, who does that? I don't know, man. What y'all think about this, man? Y'all think this is closure with the Tupac passing? Do y'all think this is closing with this? What y'all think? Are y'all, looking forward to the trial and seeing what they come up with, what they find, Anyway, it's too bad his mom wasn't here to see this stuff. I think his mom knew and I think his mom knew that the person who was person that was involved in her son's passing, I think she knew that. I think that she knew that the person that leaded her son is gone. Orlando Anderson got killed in 2 years after Tupac passed at a car wash. But think about it. Who else would want to have him demised? The person that you just beat up. He's the person he just jumped. And you're not gonna let you're not gonna let no dude, a rapper, beat you up, and you a hardcore street gang member? Come on, now, he couldn't let that ride at all. I was watching one interview. I think it might have been Mob James that said it. He was one of Suge Knight's closest associates, and a notorious blood from Compton. I remember he said that he was like, if they wouldn't have got Tupac that night, they would have got him back in LA, because they were saying that Orlando Anderson couldn't let that slide with some rapper swinging on him. He would have had to get him eventually. You know what I'm saying? So don't know, man. What y'all think about this case, this whole thing with Keefe D being arrested? What y'all think? I think do y'all think he going to jail? Leave your comments. Subscribe to Charles and His World. Appreciate it.
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arness Photography on Instagram, as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.